EIO Watersham site induction. The aim of this video is to ensure you know the processes, procedures, and ISG's expectations whilst you are on our site. Before we begin, if you do not understand what I am saying, please seek an interpreter. If you struggle with understanding and communicating in English, it is imperative you have a buddy who does, and this must be included in your RAMs. Project description. The project consisted of 3 phases. Phase 1, enabling. Phase 2, demolition. And Phase 3, the build. At the time this induction was recorded, we are in Phase 3, the build. All modules are installed and the fit-out stage is well on the way. Project team. The people you are most likely to meet on site from ISG are Ian Lewis, the PM, Jason Gilks, Andy Gray, Des Okwabi, the Senior PM, Alex Martin Ryan, the Operations Manager, and Andy Nimiko, the Health and Safety Advisor. You will also find Simon Papworth, Paul Robinson, and Pete Robson, all from ESS. Facilities provided on site. Specific locations will be shown to you by the site manager, site office, site safety notice boards and daily risk boards, site parking, designated loading areas, on-site material storage, kitchen and canteen facilities, toilet and wash facilities, changing area, battery charging, waste disposal procedures, smoking area, first aider and first aid station, firefighting points and emergency call points. Fire safety plan. The next 3 slides explain where you will find all fire points and call points are located. They also advise you of exactly where you are inside and outside of the new building. The muster point is on the grass outside of the black gate, as shown in the below slides. Site traffic plan. The speed limit is 5 miles an hour and should be adhered to at all times. It is a safe speed that will decrease the probability of any strikes or bumps. It also keeps the dust down. Remember, if you can't see the driver or the mirrors, then the driver can't see you. All individuals are required to demonstrate they are competent as regards health and safety. Specific health and safety qualifications are required for specific tasks/equipment. If your works involve such tasks/equipment, you will be required to present your qualifications to the site manager. Examples are listed on the following page. Supervisors should be readily recognizable. For example, high-vis vest or helmet with markings. Remember, ISG insists on having evidence of qualifications relative to the tasks. If you haven't proven to ISG you are competent to do it, don't do it. Training and competency continue. In addition to the previous slide, please read the list of competency certifications ISG will require if they are applicable to your tasks. Please note this is not an exhaustive list. PPE, personal protective equipment. PPE is issued by your employer to protect you. Minimum PPE requirements for all ISG sites are as follows. Safety helmets with 4-point chin straps, safety glasses, high visibility jackets, task-specific gloves and safety boots with midsoles. Please remember, shorts cannot be worn in the work area. Safety helmets. All personnel will wear a hard hat with a 4-point chin strap, which must be clipped around your chin. Don't get caught and carded. RP, face masks, etc. Respiratory protective equipment. RP may only be used on this project. Where there is no other practicable means of preventing inhalation of airborne hazards, please read and take in the other stipulations on this slide. Face fit testing. In short, if you wear any face mask, you must have a face fit certificate. If you need more info, see slide or talk to the site team. Risk assessments and method statements. Contractors are required to work with ISG to ensure the requirements of health and safety are upheld. Accordingly, you are required to 1. Provide task-specific risk assessments and method statements, RAMs. Without them, you will not be permitted to commence work. 2. Your RAMs must include procedural measures which mitigate the hazards and risks associated with the tasks being undertaken. 3. Your RAMs must consider all persons likely to be affected by the hazards and risks. 4. Your RAMs must be updated if and when there are changes to your allocated tasks, which introduce new and / or change the hazards and risks involved. 5. You are additionally required to adhere with the content / detail of the construction phase plan, CPP, where relevant as communicated by the ISG site team. And 6. A personal declaration must be made by you to follow your RAMs by signing the risk assessment and method statement, review and briefing sheet. General requirements of trades. Contractors are required to cooperate with ISG in discharging their responsibilities. They must 1. Comply with any company safety rules and instructions in force. 2. Comply with any rules set out in the health and safety plan. 3. Ensure that ISG is issued and has agreed with all relevant risk assessments before commencing work and notified of any subsequent changes to these assessments. 4. Ensure that all persons likely to be affected by any risks identified by the risk assessment are informed of the risks and that the appropriate control measures are taken. Ensure that persons under their control follow any rules and procedures, including provision and use of PP. 5. Prepare a specific method statement where required by ISG must include all the measures necessary to ensure that the operation can be carried out safely and must be submitted to ISG and agreed before any work commences. 6. Report to ISG any dangerous occurrences or incidents they witness. 7. At all times cooperate with ISG to enable him to carry out his statutory duties. 7. Every effort must be made to segregate works from other trades and the general public.
Common hazards and risks. CARES 1. Site security, gates and doors must be closed and secured against unauthorized access, e.g. public. 2. Banksmen, required for all deliveries and vehicle movements. Work at height, access equipment selection and use. Prioritize use of safe working platforms, etc. 4. Trailing cables must be secured above head height to avoid trip hazards. 5. Housekeeping. Keep your work area free from accumulations of debris, waste. 6. Asbestos. Asbestos awareness training, competency, coupled with site-specific knowledge of asbestos. 7. Temporary works. Designs for hoardings, scaffolds, piling rigs, and crane mats, etc. must be pre-approved. 8. Protection of hands. Wear the correct glove relative to the task being undertaken. 9. Work equipment. All work equipment, the plant, power tools, must be tested and inspected prior to use. 10. COSH. Specific COSH assessments and safety data sheets are required for all substances used. 11. Respiratory protection equipment, RPE. These must be worn where the task results in exposure to respirable hazards, e.g., wood dust, silica dust, Access. Step ladders are not allowed on ISG sites without a permit. Please use the Approved Access Solutions form on the slide to assess what level of access equipment you will require and what level of permit approval you will need to request from the office. Housekeeping and site awareness. Keep your workspace safe and tidy. Please refer to the ISG Minimum Standards document, available from the site team. Daily cleanup regimes or clear floor policies are enforced. Fines will be placed against trades or companies who do not tidy their work areas. COSH. 1. Always follow the requirements of the COSH assessment. 2. Always use the correct PPE as instructed by the COSH assessment. 3. Never smoke when using hazardous materials. 4. Always wash your hands after using hazardous substances. 5. If you are using any substance or material, be aware of the warning signs and always ask to see the COSH assessment. Asbestos. Please read the slide as it is important. Dust creation, silica, MDF, and timber. The drilling, breaking, crushing, cutting, or sawing of limestone, chalk, clay, granite, concrete, timber, MDF will cause fine dust to be released. Please use the hierarchy of control on the slide below. Local exhaust ventilation. In line with ISG minimum standards, all cutting activities that produce dust require LEV to be used. LEV should be task-specific, with best practice currently being Class M extraction. Accident and near-miss reporting, accident reporting. All accidents, no matter how small, must be reported immediately to the ISG's manager site team. Near-miss reporting: for every 600 near misses, 10 people are injured and 1 person is severely injured or killed. A near miss is anything that could have resulted in an accident. Near miss and hazard reporting is encouraged on this project. Defibrillators. We are working towards all our projects being equipped with defibrillators to help prevent what is the UK's biggest killer, heart attacks. Having timely access to a defibrillator gives you the single biggest chance of surviving a heart attack. 28% of people survive cardiac arrests in public places. This rises to 80% when a defibrillator is used. The machines, which are safe and easy to use, really make a difference between life and death. Familiarize yourself with where it is kept and who can use it in the event of an emergency. This is part of ISG's commitment to keeping its staff and subcontractors safe and well. The D.O. Wattisham Defib is on an online register where any of the local residents can gain access to it in normal working hours. Project notifications, yellow cards, issued for minor breaches of safety or environmental controls. You'll be sent home for the rest of the day and will have to resit this induction. 2 yellow cards in 3 months equals a red card. Red cards, issued for serious breaches of safety or environmental controls. You will be immediately removed from the project. Improvement notices, issued to your company to stop an unsafe working practice or breach of environmental rules. The work activity can recommence once the required safety improvements have been made. Prohibition notices, issued to your company to stop unsafe act or work activity and prevents the activity from being undertaken again. Permits to work, and you are required to have a valid permit to work as issued by the ISG site team before commencing the permitted activities, if you need one. Get one. See slide or ask in the office for further advice. Never commence a permit to work activity without a valid permit to work. Pollution prevention, minimize spillages, Store all fuel oils and chemicals in buns or on drip trays. Prevent spillages from vandalism. Avoid refueling near sensitive locations, watercourses, etc. Spill kits can be found near any Bowser on site. There's also a need to use plant nappies when any fuel-powered plant is stationary. Fairness, inclusion, and respect. ISG is committed to a fair and inclusive workforce. Everyone has a duty to treat others with respect. In short, be nice to me, I'll be nice to you, and we can all be nice to each other. See slide for policies and procedures. Modern slavery. What is it? Human trafficking, forced labor, debt bondage, child slavery, forced marriage, domestic slavery. There are over 13,000 cases in the UK. If you suspect it, report it, but do it discreetly. Don't ignore your suspicions. Mental ill health. It has become an increasing issue across our industry. We believe we all have a role to play in preventing mental ill health. Did you know? 1 in 4 of us will suffer a form of mental ill health this year. Every 2 days, someone in construction takes their own life. Creating a work environment which encourages collaboration, companionship, and support. Free internet in the canteen to stay in touch with your loved ones. Providing mental health first aiders to chat to, both ISG and your company. Reflection room. A quiet area to unwind and take a moment to clear your mind. Have your say. Consultations on safety matters are carried out on this site in several ways. The best way is to use the feedback QR code and have your say. See slide for details. Trade supervisors. All trades must have a supervisor present during their works.